of years. What is actually happened?
In fact, at this stage, Mahendra, the situation is tense, and we understand that residents are actually insisting that they are not going to stop until officials intervene in this plight. But what they're saying basically is that they've been warning officials with this particular fraudulent or alleged fraudulent occupation of RDP houses in the area. And I'm sure you'd recall in 2009, we had similar events. We saw Alexandra Community Policing Forum warning people who have occupied these RDP houses illegally to return them or to vacate them. And then 2014 as well, we saw similar events replaying themselves. Now this month, this year, 2018, again, we are back on the same script. So three, of course, as I mentioned in the package, three members of the community appeared in magistrates court today. They're being released on 1,000 rand bail each. But at this stage, we understand that the situation is tense. And on the other side, when we walked around the streets or around the RDP houses in Alexandra, we realized that our knocks were actually unanswered too, in the sense that we heard of fears around foreign nationals that are around there.
So you've called on the residents, you've knocked on doors.
Yeah.
Is this a backlash? Is this xenophobic attacks? Is this what it is?
Residents actually are denying that dismissing allegations of xenophobic attacks. They are only saying that officials are not doing their job. Therefore, we have to take matters into their own hands. And as I mentioned, in 2014 as well, we saw similar events replaying themselves.
Now, foreign nationals in particular in Alexandra Township are accusing police of siding with the locals, and they're accusing police of having attacked them and removed them from these RDP houses. Are our local South Africans who are living in those RDP houses not affected?
Well, what I know is that from the Human Settlements Department, they are actually mentioning that some of these people that are occupying these RDP houses, they may have stolen the ID books in order to occupy those RDP houses.
So these are South African identity documents?
Of course. So that's a situation that they are actually investigating. But on the other side, let me just highlight this. The painful part is that when you walk around the streets of Alexandra, obviously you'd experience raw sewage obviously flowing through the streets, and of course, as you saw in that insert, that old mother there saying that she lives with 8 siblings under the same roof. So this has been happening for over 2 decades.
Overcrowding, infrastructure problems. But why Alexandra? Is it purely because of the proximity to Johannesburg and the labor force? People are, moving to Alex so that they can actually find work in Johannesburg.
Absolutely. In fact, officials in Gauteng, more especially David Makura, recently indicating that people are moving in Gauteng every year. In fact, he mentions a number of over 200 people moving in Gauteng every year, of course, in search of greener pastures, employment on the other side. But again, so this obviously puts pressure on the waiting list. We know that on the waiting list we have over 600,000 people that are waiting for RDP houses.
Yes.
So I think that's a huge number, and obviously pressure is on government officials
to deliver on housing.
Yeah.
Now, some of these people are claiming that they've been sold RDP houses, they've been forced to move out without being reimbursed.
Well, absolutely. That's what they are mentioning. On the other side, officials, we hear that they are complicit in this, and more especially from housing, including human settlements as well. And I'm glad that human settlement spokesperson Keith Koza is here to give us answers regarding their investigations in terms of how many people perhaps were arrested and how many are still being investigated, more special officials.
What is the status of the investigation? Yes, we'll be talking to Keith Koza right after this break.